Yeah, the question about how do you quickly build up kind of that first phase of your business. I do believe that you can make luck and prepare for luck. And I don't know that I have a universal answer to that question because it's so dependent on who you are and what your circumstances are. But I will say this, and I've said this, I think, earlier in our discussion, is that you have to have paved a way by giving and doing and trying things and maintaining relationships with people so that they think of you. And that's what happened to me. I started out, I decided to make the change and I went full bore into it and committed to it. And I'm now over 2 years into it, probably 2.5. I would say that the vast majority of my work still has nothing to do with the actual marketing and work I've done to get work. The vast majority of it has to do with seeds planted a long time ago, with relationships started and then given an opportunity to build. Now, I've built them out very actively, but they have come from this seed in the past where someone I gave some time to and helped out, but it got them to see my skills and abilities. And when opportunity came around where they said they need a person like Michael Leckie, they told them, call Michael Leckie. And because of their experience and their gravitas in the field, the people just called Michael Leckie and didn't go any further to find anybody else, and I had an engagement. Or where I had worked with a client and took the risk to reshape our relationship into a different direction, and that reshaped it, and then as that client has moved into other roles, it's continued to reshape and enrich and enliven the relationship. The whole question of the quickest way to pick up your business and get going is with whatever you can find, hopefully that results in relationships you've invested in. So if you're watching this right now, you're saying, well, great, you're telling me what I can do is have started 3 years ago and I didn't do that. Okay, so you haven't started 3 years ago, you didn't do that, that's fine. Then what you need to do is you need to find what is that one piece of work that I can start now. Don't worry about enough work to fill the bank account. Don't worry about enough work to fill out your work plan and your calendar. Find something you know you can do, get that piece of work and start doing it. And that first piece may be at lower pay than you want. It may not be exactly what you want in the future, but it's something you can do and accomplish and start to build a story around, success around. The interesting thing is you can ask me a question and I can say, let me give you an example of that. And when I'm done giving that example, you're like, wow, that's a good example. He must have done a lot of that. No, that example is the only one I've got. Thank God you didn't ask me for a second one. But if I've got that one, I can start to tell my story and then I can do it again. And then I have 2 examples to tell my story and then I can do it again. Then all of a sudden, I've got a whole lot of examples to tell my story from. So the thing I would say is if you haven't made that investment and you're still making this leap, it's riskier, but then you've got to start jumping in and doing whatever you can first just to get going and start to build some experiences that tell your story.